Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Nuggets of Wisdom Twin Flame Journey Astrology. My name is Empress Pamela, and yes, I do identify as part of a twin flame journey, my spiritual awakening catalyst as I consider my twin flame. He was my boss, 13 years younger than me. Never had any physical contact, but had an spiritual, energetic love, let's just say. And if you're interested in a little bit more of the story, check out I made two previous Nuggets of Wisdom videos on Twin Flame. But part of my spiritual journey anyway, at the beginning, was really trying to understand who I am. Like, who am I? Let's start with my name. What's the meaning of my name? What about my birthday? And then falling into learning about astrology, numerology, and then being so curious about my twin and looking up the best that I could because I didn't know that his time, or I wasn't sure of where he was born. So, in general, having an idea of what his astrological chart may look like. But all of that information. And then I started, with astrology, doing it for like family and friends and really understanding the value of knowing your natal birth chart and understanding that you're not just your sun sign, your moon and your rising, and where the planets aligned at the exact time of your birth makes you unique and different. All of that. It's been fun. It's been a ride. I still don't know a lot. I'm still learning. I still know nothing, but I know a little bit more than when I started. But anyway, if you've been on some sort of twin flame journey, soulmate journey, you probably were just as curious about what makes your counterpart tick as much as I did. So, I even looked into tropical astrology, Vedic astrology, and yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot. So I just want to share, even though we're two different people, we are both have water signs as our sun signs. So I'm Cancer, he's Pisces. I have water and earth, he has water and air. What do we share? In tropical astrology, we share our Jupiter is in Gemini, and our Neptune is in Scorpio, and our Pluto is in Virgo. Ooh, I just realized that. So let me make a little notation and see what that means. Because, each planet represents something different. Yeah. So Pluto is in Virgo, Neptune in Scorpio, and Jupiter in Gemini. I know that means something, especially with twins. And Gemini is the twins, and Jupiter is the planet of luck, I think, fortune. So there has to be something to do with that. Yeah, we had a lot of contact via text messaging in 2019. That's when I professed my love for him after over 2 years of not even speaking to him. Let's see, Vedic, spiritual lessons, detachment, community, scientific, possessions, freedom, intellectual, cold and aloof, independent, progressive, intuitive, psychic, shock others, dark, impersonal, stubborn, erratic, selfish, rebellious, rigid, emotionally cramped, lazy, absent minded, sensitive to environment, healing via visualization or laying of hands. I always saw something with his hands. He has the most beautiful hands. And I've read before in my own chart about the laying of hands, possible healing abilities through the laying of hands. Art, music, drama, poetry, imagination. I also feel like he writes poetry. Intuitive, senses others' thoughts and feelings. Yeah, I thought that he could, well, we could both read each other's mind, energy, feelings, everything. We didn't have to speak. It was like telepathic connection. Desire, find someone to have deep spiritual relationship with. Love is suffering. I feel like that's on his side. Travel, he travels all over the world. Need, variety, change, mental challenges. I know I need that. Learn how to conserve energy. Talent for learning foreign languages. Well, he speaks foreign languages, and I've always enjoyed learning foreign languages. Literacy, ability of a marked degree. Mathematics. And it's funny, I found out that I think he studied psychology as well. And I have my degree in psychology. Mathematics, diplomatic. I know he was into math as well, like statistics and stuff. Not me, but diplomatic, organizing, executive leadership. Definitely leadership qualities for him. I have them, but I kept them under wraps, and he tried to get them out of me. Leadership ability. Strong will, difficulty expressing emotions. I feel like that's more his side. Heart trouble. This is his. Success and power, ambitious, him. Take charge position, that's all him. Controlled emotions, him. Money, personal possessions, resources, impulsive shopper. I don't know about that. Maybe we share it. Many responsibilities and problems in home and family. Yes, felt that. hmm Tyrant, strict disciplinarian. I feel like that comes from, I think his parent is or was in the military, so I could see that being an issue. Ulcers. Seek freedom and independence, not afraid of change. Inventive genius. Creativity and intuition need expression. Yes. I even told him that, like in a text, that he needs to express himself creatively. Aware of awakening of inner self and listening to it for direction in life. Like, I think he spent a lot of time not listening to his intuition. Things happen. He was doing things to please others. He's a people pleaser because he thought that's his role as a provider. Things happen unexpectedly out of the blue. Superb good luck in nick of time. Progressive outlook, very innovative. Progressive, yeah, I think he had kids out of wedlock. I guess that's a progressive idea in this in society now. It's more acceptable for that. Where I was grown when I grew up, it wasn't. And that shows our 13-year difference, even though we're both Generation X. Dream and procrastinate. He's definitely a dreamer. He's Pisces. Vivid imagination. I'm probably even sexual imagination. Creative expression. Art, music, drama, photography. I think he's into photography. I don't have this confirmed, but it's come to me. But lack drive, energy, ambition, and desire to follow through. Well, we're both like that. Attracted to metaphysical and occult. Danger with negative psychic practices. Ouija, seances, hypnotism, mediums. Lack of willpower. Succumb to temptation, drugs, and alcohol. Yeah, I feel like that's been an issue. Sorrow, delusions of grandeur, not very practical, very sympathetic and compassionate. Taken advantage of, I felt that a lot. Depressed and disillusioned. Yeah, I felt that too. Yeah, he wanted to break free from all these expectations from others. Yeah, I felt that. Ooh, very intensely. Need to develop backbone and learn to say no. Definitely. Personal loss of focus, overly emotional, romantic, or sentimental. Materialism may blind you to spiritual realities. Extremely sensitive, heightened sensitivity to medicine. Watch dosage of prescriptions. Gentle and peace loving. Fantasy life, self deception, or deception by others. Seek freedom and independence, not afraid of change. Inventive genius. Creativity and intuition need expression. You need to become aware that you may have to stand up for your spiritual convictions and principles, even though it may involve conflict. Yeah, maybe he was raised a certain way and he doesn't believe how he was raised. You need to learn not to idealize others, but to accept them and appreciate them as they are and not as you wish them to be. There may be danger from hidden or secret enemies who may have come to you to even the score from wrongdoing in previous lives. Yikes. Be careful of whom you choose as friends. I feel like that's an issue too. People would shit talk him behind his back. Co-workers, his underlings talk shit. I just couldn't stand that. It's another reason why I just left. It was crazy. I couldn't protect him from that. Internal conflict as to what to pursue in life. Yeah, I don't feel like he was fully fulfilled in whatever he was doing when we met. Cheerful, forgiving, optimistic, easygoing, tolerant, kind. Generosity. Sometimes get lazy and apathetic, don't we all? Emotionally, take the easy way out of things. Like avoiding your emotions. Overindulge, overeat, especially gain weight in later years. Haven't seen him in 10 years, so I can't attest to that. Good character, honor, luck, idealism, financial assistance from family and others. Strong respect for honesty. Upright, moral, well-defined sense of ethics. Devotional, philosophical, self-confident, emotionally secure. Laugh at self and see humor in worse situations. You want to help people more forward in life and are willing to give help, emotional, financial, or spiritual. Don't become lazy or self-indulgent. People love you for your fine character. Highly ambitious, self-doubt, low self-esteem, and self-confidence. Busy working, trying to prove self. Filled with insecurities, fear of failure. Lonely, difficulty opening up. You think you can buy others' affections and trust. It must be earned. Others can't love you until you love yourself first. Sensitive to criticism. Sensitive. Periods of solitude. Develop and nourish your interests. Occasional bouts of depression, anxiety, and frustration. Need to learn to overcome feelings of being totally alone in life. Stems from inability to express emotions. In previous lives, tried to love and be affectionate, but more rejected in this life. Afraid to love because fear of rejection. Wow. I think that's a key theme. Need to learn emotional security is based on good philosophy of life and not other people. Controlled, serious, practical, outside. Warm and affectionate person inside. Yes, I felt that. Caretaker, parents or other because of karmic debt. Later part in life, more rewarding if learned life lessons in earlier years. If at old age may not be as pleasant. If not, if you don't learn your lessons, old age may not be as pleasant. Yikes. Extreme nervous tension. Yeah, I felt he had a lot of anxiety. Appearance and manner of dress. Quite unusual? I don't know. Health, strange and unexpected turns, spasmodic. Cause, nervousness, anxiety, stress, and tension. Yes. Prescription, relax. Marriage, partner, spiritually minded, artistic, or confusing. Problem, communication. Concepts and ideals do not coincide. Someone plays the martyr or savior. Someone needs saving. Partner may be alcoholic or drug user. I felt a lot of this, that he was the savior and his partner had issues. I've also felt she is narcissistic. One day you will see your partner's true nature. Find out living a lie. Wow. Seek marriage partner who source of inspiration, bring out capacity for compassion, loving understanding. That's who I would be. Partnerships based on admiration or pity. Marry out of sentiment or misplaced sympathy. Partner very sensitive, treat with kid gloves. Partner artistic, musically inclined, connection with drama or stage. Or just dramatic, maybe. Materials do not concern them, spiritual relationship and above sordid things in life, more platonic than sexual or unreliable, inconstant, shiftless, underprivileged, neurotic. So he had a lot of problems with his karmic partner, I feel. Take the risk of being hurt again. Learn through experience. Single most powerful aspect in horoscope. Greatest asset. Ability to learn by experience, even though made many mistakes. Self-knowledge is your salvation. At height of depression, despair, error, able to build self back up to where you want to be. Mental energy and psychological drive. Well developed. Send a form, proportion, design, and beauty. Appreciate finer things in life. Artist, sculptor, fashion designer, craftsman, interior decorator, creative writer, jewelry designer, writing, poetry, speaking, musical ability, lovely singing voice, expect use of spoken word, think and speak, peace, natural arbiter and diplomat, sales of artistic beautiful objects, natural eye for color and ear for music, sense of humor, tact and charm. Work one-on-one, hard to express feeling without intellectualizing or rationalizing them. Settle arguments, soothe hurt feelings, love, mental game, strategy, and challenge. Read, soak up knowledge. Humor, satirical, sarcastic, yeah. Good with hands, ambidextrous. Leader, executive, salesperson, promoter, writing, especially criticism. Tell people they are wrong, lack of tact, hoof in mouth. Desires guided by reason, mathematical, mechanical, restless and nervous energy, yes. Quiet the mind through yoga, meditation, athletics, and physical exercise. Overly optimistic, promises can't, don't keep, little no faith in higher power, can't make sense of it. Sees big picture, wants someone else for details. That's okay. Check and recheck things. Success in business, foresight, numerous ideas, gambling instinct, travel, especially if mind expanding, excellent teacher, sloppy thoughts and penmanship, literary or speaking talent, magnet to an opposite sex regardless if attractive, fun, pleasant sex appeal, easygoing, strong desire for love and beauty, creative, art, music, sculpture, poetry, sociable, circulation and weight problems due to excess, balanced desires for material things with philosophic ideals, blind love, motivated by money, property, and social status. Felt that. Need to learn self-restraint. Use any psychic or spiritual powers to help those around you. Quite emotional at times, powerful energies wrapped inside, comfortable with intensity, philosophy, and reforming society's ills appeals. Unconscious willingness to indulge in self-deception regarding partner. Be clear-headed and practical when assisting virtues and attractions of prospective mates. Stay well grounded. I think he was bamboozled by her beauty. Unusual talents and hobbies. Great creativity and self-expression. Unique children, hard to understand. Too much emphasis on sex in romantic relationships. Issues of power and control. Inner drive to be creative. Try not to do through sex. Find a hobby. Self-absorbed, need constant mental stimulation. High strung, bite nails, crack knuckles, fidgety habits. Totally, I saw that. Hobby to use hands and rid of little idiosyncrasies. Work on being less self centered, physical vitality, exercise, release. Leadership skills and executive ability, self assertive with inborn courage, fights for rights of others, attracted to unusual, unorthodox, unpopular, and weird. Seek excitement and adventure, interested, electronics, computers, motorcycles, and astrology. Okay, we have one thing in common. So this is mine. That was all his. This is mine. And I'll read until I'm interrupted. And this is from the Vedic astrology. Generous, proud, emotional, romantic, extroverted, vain, egotistical, courageous, sentimental, self confident, showy, want to shine, be successful, take risks, foolhardy, zest for living, wear heart on sleeve, need to be proud of partners and them of me, faithful and protective of those I love, quick tempered, ham, like attention, I forgive, I don't forget, enjoy sports and out of doors, need for love and affection is great, need to feel appreciated, yep, if frustrated, lose desire for living, spiritual lesson to learn, humility, friendly, clever, talkative, versatile, curious, perceptive, intuitive, logical, contradictory, restless, two faced, critical, impatient, work requires variety, abhor boredom, many different subjects, seldom go deep on any one subject, broad, not deep, not persistent. Gain knowledge and disseminate it, good salespeople or teachers, never at a loss for words. Seek intellectual satisfaction, read extensively, communicate widely. Think quickly on feet and ability to use right words. Tremendous wit and good sense of humor. Think quickly, finish other sentences, frustrating for others. Sure. Need to learn how to control the tongue and allow others to express themselves. Yeah. Ability to see both sides of issue may fluctuate between opposing viewpoints. Problem, indecisiveness. Usually emotionally detached, logic and reason, understand what makes others behave. Lack of concentration and focus, undependability, fickleness, indecisiveness, superficiality, wishful thinking, dreaminess, nagging. God, that must be all my shadows. High stress nervous system, control nervousness with service to others. Need to learn, channel, control energy and mind. Sympathetic, compassionate, sensitive, empathetic. Yep. Music helps express emotions within. Romantic nature, fall in love with love. Moody spells, art, dancing, or music. Yep. That concludes Twin Flame Astrology. If you're interested in looking into your own astrology, cafeastrology.com, free natal birth chart. You need your birth date, time, and place to get the most accurate picture. And I wish you well, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.